Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by our little spot to hang out with us today. Your support helps us reach good people like yourself. So with that said, have you ever heard of a situation where a hostage or victim develops positive feelings for the very person holding them captive? It sounds bizarre, almost like a plot twist in a psychological thriller, but this phenomenon is real, and it's called Stockholm Syndrome. Today we're diving deep into what Stockholm Syndrome is, why it happens, and how it's understood in the world of psychology and philosophy. Let's start with the basics. Stockholm Syndrome is a psychological response that occurs when hostages or abuse victims develop emotional bonds with their captors or abusers. This bond can be so strong that victims may even defend or protect their captors, sometimes going as far as refusing help or rescue. It's not just limited to hostage situations. It can also appear in abusive relationships, cults, and even certain workplace or family dynamics. The term Stockholm Syndrome originated from a 1973 bank robbery in Stockholm, Sweden. During a 6-day standoff, bank employees who were held hostage began to sympathize with their captors. In a surprising twist, when the ordeal ended, some of the hostages refused to testify against their kidnappers and even raised money for their legal defense. This baffling response caught the attention of psychologists, leading to the coining of the term Stockholm Syndrome. But why would someone develop such feelings for a person causing them harm? The answer lies in our brain's complex survival mechanisms. When faced with life-threatening danger, the mind seeks any way to cope and survive. If a captor shows small acts of kindness, like providing food, water, or simply not hurting the victim, these gestures can feel magnified in the context of fear and deprivation. Over time, victims may start to see their captors as protectors rather than threats, blurring the lines between friend and foe. Let's break down the core elements that typically contribute to Stockholm Syndrome. Perceived threat to survival. Victims believe their lives are in danger and that the captor controls whether they live or die. Small acts of kindness. Any minor act of compassion by the captor is seen as a significant gesture, creating gratitude and emotional attachment. Isolation. Victims are cut off from outside perspectives, making the captor their only point of reference. Inability to escape. The feeling of being trapped reinforces dependence on the captor, both physically and emotionally. Interestingly, Stockholm Syndrome isn't officially recognized as a mental disorder in the DSM-5, the main diagnostic manual for mental health professionals. Instead, it's considered a complex reaction to trauma, overlapping with conditions like PTSD and acute stress disorder. According to FBI estimates, less than 8% of kidnapping victims actually develop Stockholm Syndrome, but the phenomenon continues to fascinate psychologists, philosophers, and the public alike. Famous cases highlight the syndrome's complexity. Take Patty Hearst, the American heiress, kidnapped by the Symbionese Liberation Army in 1974. Hearst eventually participated in criminal activities with her captors, later claiming she had been brainwashed. Another example is Elizabeth Smart, who was abducted at age 14 and held captive for 9 months. Despite opportunities to escape, she did not attempt to run away, later explaining the intense psychological control her captors held over her. So what's happening in the mind of someone with Stockholm Syndrome? The answer often involves a mix of trauma bonding, cognitive dissonance, and a desperate need for safety. Trauma bonding refers to the strong emotional attachment that can form between victim and abuser during intense, unpredictable situations. Cognitive dissonance is the mental discomfort experienced when holding two conflicting beliefs, like knowing someone is dangerous, but feeling grateful for their kindness. Over time, these psychological forces can lead victims to rationalize, justify, or even defend their captor's actions. From a philosophical perspective, Stockholm Syndrome challenges our assumptions about free will and agency. Are victims making conscious choices, or are they simply responding to overwhelming psychological pressure? It's a reminder that the human mind is both resilient and vulnerable, capable of remarkable adaptation in the face of trauma. Treatment for Stockholm Syndrome focuses on rebuilding trust, autonomy, and self-worth. Trauma-informed therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR, can help survivors process their experiences and break unhealthy emotional bonds. Support from friends, family, and mental health professionals is crucial for recovery. If you or someone you know is struggling with the after effects of trauma or abuse, please remember, you're not alone. Reach out to a mental health professional, trusted loved one, or a support group. Healing is possible, and there is always hope. Before we wrap up, let's reflect on the lessons Stockholm Syndrome offers. It teaches us about the power of empathy, the complexity of the human mind, and the importance of compassion for those who've endured trauma. By understanding these dynamics, we can better support survivors and foster a more empathetic world. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. I have more videos, so feel free to watch them as well. I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless you. See you in the next video.